shall have mine.
Take that poison away. Eat it yourself. Put on a pound or two, why don't you?
Because I seem to be the only person who's giving a thought to Lada's breakfast. Shall I cut it up for you, Lada?
You'll kill the poor woman with kindness, you two.
Oh, for God's sake, I don't want anybody's breakfast. I don't want any breakfast.
To take the nasty soup away. I don't want any soup today. Stool pater, wasn't it?
Everything.
Will you watch the woman? She's very saucy this morning.
There is a mental defective in every old family. Some can read and write, and others can't resist the charms of their stable boys.
Not a bad idea sometimes. It gets a bit more work out of them.
It'll be your turn next. Just you wait.
My darling's eating the bacon.
Your darling has just made the most horrible smell.
He who smelt it, dealt it.
Oh, Lada, you have this perfect cup of yogurt.
Christ, can no one stop this woman from starving me to death and boring for Ireland? Death as an Adam, and my God, does she make up for it. All that vodka she pours down, and you should hear her when she's on the grass.
She's deaf, all right. But she's not a horse.
No, horses are tidier about their sex lives.
Must we?
Oh, I know you can't bear sex, Jasper. But wouldn't you like to hear about the old satyr that April married, Colonel Grange Gorman? Oh, the things that she told me. He liked to do it on trains, you know. He died doing it on the Flying Scotsman.
Well, what's all the fuss about? People have their little hobbies, you know. What's wrong with trains?
And shall I tell them what the guard said, April, shall I?
Oh, yes, do. It was a very fine morning.
Oh, my God, do I have to write it all down?
No wonder you're on edge, Lada. All that ghastly health food. Your nerves are quite stripped down, am I right? You and I know each other in and out, don't we, Lada?
Too damn well we do. I ought to know every rag in every tweedy damn picture that you have ever made. And the thought of your flower life makes me vomit. I am their president, you know. And you know what Alice told me? All those nice little flower ladies of yours are just dying to see you drop a twig from that brave, gruesome little hand of yours.
Please, Lada, enough.
Not nearly enough. May, don't you think they ought to know about the dangerous thrills in this flower life of yours?
Don't listen to her. Don't listen. It's just my fun.
Fun? Oh, that's a funny name for shoplifting. Did none of you know? Oh, she's been stealing her little fancies for years. Harrods very nearly caught her. Oh, the adventure she told me. What do you think about that, Jasper? Amused?
My dear May, in my entire life, I've never felt so much sympathy for anyone. Only don't get caught, dear, that's all.
But wait until arthritis sets in. That terrible little mole hand of hers is going to let her down very badly. Shut your dirty mouth.
D'accord, absolutely. Don't worry, dear. I understand many respectable people are martyrs to it. Well, tell me more. Don't leave me out, will you?
Fire up, fire on. I'm late already getting on my tractor.
Wouldn't you like to hear about the brother that you maimed, baby? Between you and Aunt Violet, you have left him a one-eyed, sexless virgin.
Oh, don't mince your words, dear. Aren't you trying to say homosexual?
Yes, I am. And I hear that the Lord Abbot is on to that little hedgerow romance of yours with the oh-so-pretty monk.
Oh, dear. Lada, don't you think that all five of us are a bit old for those kind of gambles?
We are not old.
Take a look. Oh, sorry you can't. There's hairs on our chins and humps on our backs.
Forgetting all the names, looking for our spectacles, impotent with or without them.
But the voice is the same.
Oh, don't exaggerate, dear. I was the pride of the school choir when you heard me last.
No, it's not your voice I'm hearing. It's your father's voice.
Can't we leave him out of this?
You do know, of course, he was my lover. I suppose he seduced me.
Did he really?
Couldn't possibly have done anything so common. After all, he was in poverty.
And he rode the winner of the Grand Military.
Really? Have you never wondered why Aunt Violet threw me out of the house? You cousins should see my daughter. She's very like her father. I came here to find you. I was so happy once. Oh, I was so happy.
Those dogs of yours are at it again, girls. Better nip to it.
Excuse me, please. I've come for Madame Klein.
Oh, yes, May. I think she's upstairs. I'll just see.
Oh, no, excuse me, not May. Leda.
Yes, of course. May? May?
Good morning, Mama.
What are you going to tell me this time? Have they caught up with him yet?
No, not just yet, but they're getting warmer. Why did you leave the convent? You know you're safe there. Why did you come here to the cousins? After all you've told me.
I thought I might find something. I didn't.
Then you'll come back with me.
I suppose so.
Let me come and pack for you.
No, thank you, Tanya. I prefer to do my packing myself.
Oh, please, excuse me. Isn't that Valentine Swift? I'm Leda's daughter. Oh, she told you that fairy story. Not possible. I was born 2 years later. If she was seduced, but I doubt that very much. I'm a Jewish girl.
Well, your mother's been a most charming guest. Few difficult moments, perhaps, but can we put you up as well?
No, thank you very much. I have a business appointment. I flew in yesterday from Brazil.
I'm sorry you didn't come a day earlier.
Has she hurt anyone?
Well, one of my sisters does seem to be a bit upset.
Yes, that happens. Maman loves to charm, and she loves to hurt.
Being a bit rough on poor old Leda, aren't you? I mean, we all realize what she must have gone through in those camps. We all thought, she can't speak about it at all.
No, she can't. She was never near the camps.
What on earth do you mean?
She had a very comfortable war. In Paris, mostly. She had very good friends in the occupation. This was after my father killed himself to save them the trouble. She was only half Jewish, you see.
You mean she?
Collaborated, yes. It's taken us quite a time to catch up with her friend.
But you hunted them out.
I'm an Israeli. Mama will be quite all right if she stays inside her convent.
Oh, I see.
Look, I don't want to hurry anyone, but we ought to start soon. It's a long drive, and I must catch my plane tonight.
Well, I'll make you some delicious sandwiches for a picnic. Anchovies, mayonnaise, scrambled eggs. No butter, of course.
That's settled then. Thank you very much. Quite right, too.
I hate to be leaving. I've had such a wonderful, wonderful time. I promise I will be back.
Yes, do come back.
Come in the summer.
Next summer.
But where is April? I must say goodbye to April.
Don't worry, Leda. No goodbyes. I'm coming with you.
Christy? You're what?
I won't see you today, Miss Baby, or any day either. For I've been offered a better job by this kind lady, and so I'm giving you in my notice this minute.
Jesus, Christy.
I'm sorry, Miss Baby, but that's the way it is. My mother says I have to be married, and it's her opinion that I couldn't offer a girl what I have at the moment. And you see, this lady who was with my mother yesterday has offered me a house and electricity and an indoor toilet and all with the job.
I'm not sure that we could get a toilet out of Mr. Jasper. But he promised that you could have his huntsman Gielgud for the Cork show.
Thank you, Miss Baby, but I prefer the blue jeans, the less remarkable. I have to get the 11 mass now, Miss Baby, so I'll see you later for my money and insurance.
Stand there. You. What lady?
The lady from Ballinolty, Miss Baby.
Bloody Alice. And who put her up to that?
I'm sure I don't know.
But what about the cow? And in God's name, what am I going to do about the wild man?
You'll have to get some other one to ride him, Miss Baby, for you're not fit for the likes of that sort. Could you let go of my handlebars now, Miss Baby, for I'll be late for Mass. That's the way it is, Miss Baby. I wouldn't doubt you'll give me a good reference.
God's name, Christy boy. What am I going to do without you?
What am I going to do about Mummy's lovely dresses? I mean, how many years have I looked after them? Moths under control, shoes stuffed with paper, none of it will wash. I mean, the chiffon just goes into holes, look.
To the sword with a lot of them. But what about the garden bonfire?
Mummy's dresses.
All right, the cleaners then. I'll pay if you'll promise to do all the explanations.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Jasper.
Listen, you can take that parcel of April's to Ulick's shop. I'm not going to get involved into all that.
No, right, fine, good. I can do all that before I give my lecture at the club.
Now then, Minkles, that's not for you. This is for one of my outdoor pets.
Now, you rotten bastard. Are you going to let me jump up on you, or what? Huh? Christy, Lucy. I'm on a horse again. And who's boss, huh? I'm boss. That's who. Lay, you fuckers, lay.
Good afternoon, brother.
I think, Mr. Swift, you were expecting Brother Anselm.
Well, yes, I was. We had some business to discuss.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, Mr. Swift, discussions are an impossibility.
What?
The brother is in heavy trouble. The abbot has him back in silence.
In silence? How sad. And he is such a chatterbox.
Excuse me, Mr. Swift, but there was a lot more than talk and chatter to it.
What on earth are you trying to say?
Did you or did you not give Brother Anselm a ham sandwich? Or any other class of sandwich?
Well, yes, I did. I mean, the boy looked cold and hungry and working out there all day, all alone. I hope he enjoyed it.
The Lord Abbot had no objection to a sandwich in itself.
Oh, I'm so glad.
But to bring it back with you, in among the Brotherhood, and to eat it solitary in your cell, that is the sin of disobedience to the rule of the order. Oh. The abbot is very strict on that one. Oh, very strict indeed. Well, now, my son, you weren't to know. Brother Anselm was telling me you have a very rare subject well established down there. Would that be Hoheria Papulniae at all?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, it would. But how clever of you. How did you know?
Oh, I was always great on the exotics and the tender subjects. Wasn't I 5 years with the Botanical Gardens before I joined the order?
Really? Were you? Well, in that case, if it's not against the rules this time, perhaps you'd like to come along and see it for yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Swift, I will. There'd be no harm in that. There's no harm at all.
Come along, then.
Oh, is Mr. Uniacke not here?
Ulick are gonna to Ballycully and leaving me to move all this rubbish into place. Oh, here's a bad news. A load of old rubbish himself.
Well, perhaps you would give him this from Mrs. Grange Gorman.
We don't buy any more rubbish this week.
And perhaps while I'm here, I could take a look round.
Oh, feel free, look around. Why not? You excuse.
Ulick, there seems to be something wrong with your door.
Oh, yes. Isn't it tiresome? It's one of these dreadful Japanese security things. Laser beam remote control. Like these tacky little video cameras he's made me get. Anti-theft devices. Aren't they vulgar? Do come into the snug while we sort things out. I'm such a fool when it comes to electronics.
And Chanel. Well, you know how I feel about Chanel. She had to exist for the second-raters, didn't she? People without the style to wear Dior or Balmain. Isn't that right, Tiger? Tiger would never wear Chanel.
Easy. Easy, boy, easy. Steady. Steady.
Now, you wouldn't be wanting to sell all that land. And it's a sure thing the Brotherhood haven't the money to give for it. More's the pity.
No.
Oh, that's not to say there's not a middle way in everything. That narrow strip now between us and you, I think we could make some little arrangement about that.
What sort of an arrangement?
Well, I was just thinking, if the monastery were to give you some labor, yourself and myself could direct it, you see, we'd make a lovely job of it.
Huh.
I think the abbot would wear that.
Well, you could tell the Lord Abbot I'd be very interested in such an arrangement. By the way, do you ever see the Journal of the National Horticultural Society?
No, Mr. Swift.
Well, I can let you have some of my back numbers.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Swift. Thank you.
What?
Don't you want my dog dead below?
That's mine. Oh, no, please be careful. I only restored it this morning. It isn't quite set.
You really and truly do all this restoration work yourself?
Yes, of course I do. Come and watch me at it if you like.
I intend to. Well, I think we may have found a solution to our little problem, Miss Swift. I'd like to offer you a job, a regular job, on the premises, for a wage to be mutually agreed. Restoration and general assistance.
What about him?
Our friend has become very difficult and restless of late. And you and I guess, would work together very well.
Well, I'd want my Saturdays free.
Well, yes, I could agree to that. Unless there's a sale. You wouldn't mind the occasional rampage in the sales room, would you? They, don't have video cameras at country auctions. As for this little fellow, I'm afraid he's going to cost you your first month's wages.
Hello, Gribbs. Hello, darling. Just going to take this to the cleaners. Back in a minute.
It's here, is it?
Yeah, she's within.
May I go in?
Ah, 'tis the gentleman. Come on in till you see yourself.
How do you do?
Hello, Jasper. What a fool I've been. Sorry.
My dear girl, how silly can you get?
'Twas only the shock quenched her out, you see, sir. So don't worry yourself at all. So me young lad have the horse recaptured. He's sorting them out now. You need a very good jockey for that class of work. And when he is the devil all run out of him, he'll take your lady back by lead and rein. So there's nothing to fret you at all now.
Jasper, did you ever see riding like that? He's 10 times the horseman that Christy Lucy ever was or ever will be when I've done with him.
Well, he certainly looks very competent.
He's an Indian brave.
He'll have that horse civilized for you. I'm bloody sure he will. And he can stop warts and draw blood, too.
And you know what, Jasper? I want him to come and work for us.
Ah. Are you all right now?
Thank you, Jasper.
You don't mind now if I shut the door behind you, because me son would choke me so if one of them curs got at his little bitch I have inside. So goodbye to you now. Will you get out of it?
Did you enjoy your ride?
Oh, he's great out, my lady. Head for home and he's gone in there with left buck and kick.
Can you milk a cow?
Oh, yeah. Or a goat, or a donkey mare itself.
Right up to the big house. We'll have a talk. And mind you, don't you bring that horse in sweating.
Oh, there you are, May. You can give me a lift up to the house, can't you?
Jasper, typical. I could have killed you. All right, get in. Watch out. Gripper will get out. Oh, Gripper. Gripper, come here.
Come to Mummy. Gribbs, come to Mummy.
Bring him in, lady, bring him in. That little fella is just the article for my son's little bitch fairy. God bless him.
Oh. Thank you. Oh. Oh, what a splendid collection of lamps. Oh, what a pity that one's cracked. A nice